Hey, hello guys. Welcome to this test session of our RIAK squad sessions. We're just going to spend the first 10 minutes nice and easy warming up. These sessions, as you probably know, will work according to rate of perceived exertion. So at the moment, as we're getting started, looking at sort of like a 2 out of 10, really nice and chilled. Wouldn't worry too much if you're on a treadmill and on Zwift and something like this. The pacing ranges are extremely rough. Okay, so we'll be working according to rate of perceived exertion the entire time. For now though, nice and easy, nice and chilled. It's starting to lift the effort a little bit. You can see I'm getting all kinds of prompts. Start just building up through the training zones, getting nice and warm. Then we're going to pause. We're going to do some dynamic stretches, just loosen off a little bit, and then we'll get back into the workout proper. Looking for a session around 45 minutes to 50 minutes, keeping it under the hour. There are some sessions in the series that are a little bit longer than others. Using Zwift because unfortunately it's pretty much the only platform that do exactly what I want it to do. And even then, there's a few issues. Really wanted to use roller, but it's just not there yet in terms of its functionality. Now, running is a difficult one to get right in terms of effort. I find it's always the one, always out of the triathlon disciplines, it's the ones where people struggle the most in terms of gauging their effort. So one of the cues that we often use is whether you can talk or, use subjective cues to help you gauge what your effort should be like. But as you can see, as we're going through the warm-up, I'm getting a bit more and more breathy. So I'm going to start to ignore the cues to increase speed because it's more important I'm able to do an effective coaching job rather than hitting arbitrary targets. You should feel free to do something similar in your own sessions. There is a lot more latitude in your run training than there might be with bike training, which is obviously set to a much more objective metric, your power output. Running, so many different variables, being weight bearing, there are days where you just don't get anywhere near your pace ranges, and what might feel like a 3 out of 10 one day, you feel like a 5 or 6 out of 10, but for now, very much be feeling like a 3 out of 10, so nice and easy. So, a little bit warmer now. Now's a good time just to relax a little bit, to shake out the arms. You can see when I'm running, got my shoulders up. You'll hear a lot of the familiar stuff from cycling. Relax the hands, take the tension up forearms, keep your chin up. I have to for the camera and to see my screen. But if you're following this out on the roads, keep your chin up. Don't compress your airways. Again, lots of familiar language from our turbo sessions. So in the session, what are we doing? Well, after the warm-up, some dynamics. We're just going to be running through the sort of different types of efforts that we're going to be doing. So, yes, we're talking about rate of perceived exertion, but one of the things that we're going to try and teach you through these sessions is what different pacing should feel like for different types of events. So, what 5k pace should feel like, 10k pace should feel like, half marathon, marathon, etc. So that this stuff starts to get ingrained. And so if I said to you, go run 10 minutes of 10k pace, you do that with a pretty good deal of accuracy, or at least what your pacing should be in terms of minutes per k. That's one of our goals with these sessions, particularly this session, just to teach you certain efforts should feel like and how they correspond with your heart rate and with rate of perceived exertion. Now, annoyingly, my heart rate monitor is busted. I go on to a rant, but ideally you have a heart rate monitor, and so when we do different efforts, different pacings, you'll be able to just correspond between the two. So just about 3 minutes, and then we're going to press pause. Do some quick dynamics. Just going to do sort of 3 to 5 minutes of dynamics, nothing special, just loosening up a little bit. Nice and relaxed. Just coming up to the last 2 minutes of the warm-up. So just going to increase the pace slightly, getting up to about 4 out of 10. Okay, approaching the last minute. And as I say, I'm going to pause. I'll flip to another camera. And I'll show you some dynamics. Yeah. Just gonna pause there. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so let's say I'm going to keep this nice and simple. Just going to start off with some leg swings. So give yourself a bit of space, have a little look around you, make sure you don't kick anything. Some leg swings, forward and back. Some of these on each side. Very familiar with these by now. Swapping over to the other side. So these just loosen off the hamstrings and the hip flexors. Okay, and then across the body as well. I'll do it facing the camera, but use the wall or something to help balance. Just kicking across the body like so. Just want to face away from the camera because I'm struggling to balance there. Then arm swings again. You're very familiar with these, drawing in close to your ears. Backwards. So when you're running, you do want to loosen off the whole body, not just the legs. So particularly you might find that when you first start out running, back is a little bit stiff and stuff. So I'm just going to do little things, try and loosen off the lower back. Okay, so first one we're going to do is get arms out like this, okay, and then you're just going to get opposite hand to opposite foot, and you'll find that you feel this in the hamstring as well, but it's also getting a bit of spinal rotation going, which is good. So you do 10 of those in total. Completely lost track of how many I've done. I think that's about 6. Bit like a pancake windmill that you guys will often have experienced. Then you take your legs really nice and wide, okay, as wide as they can go basically. Go into a sumo squat, then you're going to follow your hands across the floor, like so, into a deep lunge, just opening up the adductors, opening up the hips as well. And then this is a difficult one to kind of demonstrate, so I've got shoes on, but just these are really easy and quick and easy to get off. So one trying to get a bit of big toe activation, or kind of at least kind of wake up the feet a little bit. So what I want you to do is just try and grip the floor with your big toe, just kind of press it into the ground like so. Okay, and just sort of like a clawing motion, like just dragging it back. Just do a few of those. It's just to kind of get the brain and your muscles working. I'm just gonna do some hops, similar sort of thing. Just working that plantar fascia and the muscles in your feet. And then some rocking calf raises. Okay, this is going to be the last one we're going to do. So just rocking forward, again trying to press in that big toe. Calf raises like so. You do 5 of those, sort of with legs straight. And then you do 5 of those with knees bent again, making sure your kind of weight shifts into your big toe, and you're really pressing down on that big toe. And that's it. Just enough to kind of get you going. Oh, one last one. Just doing some butt kicks, just to loosen off the fronts of your quads. Just a quick 10 of those, and some leg lifts. Get the hip flexors going. And that's it. And those are just some exercises you can do before any run. Okay, there's tons of different exercises. You can do balance stuff, but I think for our purposes, nice and quick and easy. So let's go switch cameras now. Okay. Always a bit of a slow transition. turn off, or I can go back on. So there you go. Okay, so let's get running again. So we're just gonna get back up to speed a little bit before I start the workout again, because the first place we're gonna go is let me just do something very quickly. Before I'm doing a test session, so if anything goes wrong, I can have a quick check. So we're just gonna start off again running at about a 4 out of 10. Okay. So just back running at a nice easy sort of zone 2, 4 out of 10 effort. Let's say nice and easy, 4 out of 10. Just getting the legs turning over again before we start getting into the efforts. It's a very simple session. What we're going to do is we're going to go straight up to 5 minutes at what could conceivably be marathon pace. So it's going to feel like a should feel like a 5 out of 10 when we get there. So just a little over a minute at cruising effort. This is the sort of effort that should, like 4 out of 10 is the sort of effort you put in like your long base runs. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to go up to marathon pace. So just a little pickup. Yeah, this should feel like a 6 out of 10 effort, sort of puffing, but by no means struggling. Let me turn this down. Now, hopefully, what you should feel from the exercise we were just doing is just that kind of rolling through your big toe as you stride out. Now, if you overstride, you'll lose that and you start to roll through the heel. So, got another 3 minutes at 5 out of 10 effort. Should feel like marathon pace. You'll see that the targets in between are set for pure recovery. If you're on a treadmill or you're just out on your run, just a little strolling around basically. It's a 0 kilometers an hour, but probably a little bit too leisurely. Want to keep the legs moving. So halfway through this 5 minute, 5 out of 10 effort. Try and stay relaxed in the shoulders, keep the hands loose, chin up. Last 90 seconds then at 5 out of 10. Now obviously might feel like a 5 out of 10 now. Once you get into that second half marathon, you'll feel anything but. Right, last 40 seconds. Nice and steady for the last 10 seconds. Okay, and then relax. So, steady, bring the treadmill speed down, or if you're out, just relaxing into a little bit of easy walking. Just bringing the heart rate down. After you turn the fan on. Nice and easy. Nice and loose. Obviously, trying to stay on top of your fluids just as you would in a turbo session. Not as practical if you're outdoors, of course. Obviously, if you are running out on your run training sessions, I would encourage you to do so, particularly these high intensity sets, doing it with either a race vest with some electrolyte drink or something like that, or doing loops of a course of a short circuit. So you just grab a bottle when you stop. But not much time to think. It's about 30 seconds. I'm going to kick off, and we're going to go straight up to half marathon pace. So it'll be a 6 out of 10 effort. Okay. Whole point in this session is just to acquaint you with the types of efforts, so you can see what your speed is like, what your heart rate is like, and then over time these efforts will become they'll become instinctive. Okay, so here we go. We're going up to 5 minutes at half marathon pace. So build up the effort quickly. You don't need to sort of sprint or explode straight up to speed. 6 out of 10. So it's a sort of effort where you're running strong, not hard, sort of effort you can hold for 21 Ks, but you're running strong, you're feeling good, feeling powerful. First minute's down already, so you should be just settling in. That's always the time to think about relaxing once you're up to pace. Driving the knees. Leg lift is a big part of running in terms of running economy, so just make sure you're really driving the knees up forwards, and then the running sort of technique will then take care of itself. You want to slightly lean forwards, okay, but that lean is coming from the ankles. It sounds weird, okay, and it's not like that. It's sort of thinking about its momentum rather than conscious effort to lean forwards. That's halfway through. It's half marathon bit. Drink it in. Last couple of minutes, trying to stay relaxed. Right the knees. You shouldn't be absolutely dying on your feet right now. You are. Rein the effort in, ignore the targets, come back to that 6 out of 10, the sort of effort you can hold for, hour and a half. Hour 45, 2 hours, whatever your ability is like. We're in the last minute now. Stay relaxed. Okay, 45. And then we're gonna get another rest period. Nearly there, team.
This shit hot.
Okay, last few seconds. Okay. Easing back down to a walk in. Quick sip of fluids if you got them. Just a sip with the jostling and sort of vertical movement. Drinking lots can be problematic. If you come back to say hello, so just take it easy on the fluids. This next one, we're going to go up another notch for the next round. We're going to go up to 10k pace, so that should feel like a 7 out of 10. It's just start to feel hard. Now, you don't want it feeling like very hard right from the start. Obviously the 10k, it gets very hard very quickly, but it should definitely feel like an effort you can control for, 45 minutes to an hour. All right, so just bear that in mind. It's an effort where you're definitely not going to want to be talking, but you might be able to get out the odd word or two. Okay, that's another way of thinking about it. Another way I always think about this stuff is kind of what happens to your mind when you're running on your own. Now, so anything below marathon pace is a sort of effort, when we talk about zone 2 or 3 or 4 out of 10, it's a sort of effort where your mind should be able to wander. And then the way I think about it is like how much focus each type of effort takes. So marathon, okay, so we're just about to kick up. Continue talking. Okay, so now I'm just going to pick up the pace up to sort of 10k pace now, and I'll try and keep talking. So marathon pace, yeah, you're focused, but should be able to talk, and you should be able to be really relaxed. Half marathon, again, strong effort. So you're very focused. Like anyone talking to you at that point would be annoying. And then this effort, 7 out of 10 sort of thing. You are in your own world. You are locked onto your pacing strategy. You are locked onto your effort, and you are working hard. There is no mind wandering. You are starting to count down the miles. I'm just trying to stay relaxed. Drive those knees. Okay, 90 seconds down already. Also, I think when we get to this sort of effort, so it's when you start to get a bit more of a shoulder roll going on. You don't want to exaggerate it, but get into a real kind of silky rhythm. Okay, not far off, halfway through 10k effort. But just drink it in. Make a note what it feels like. What's your heart rate doing? This should be sub-threshold. Okay? You should have another gear. Couple of minutes coming up. Okay. It's about 80 seconds left. Stay strong, chin up, stride out. Run with purpose, drive the knees. Right, it's the last minute then. Okay, coming to the last 30. Last few seconds. And done. Well then guys, just relax. Quick sit. And walk in. So just one more effort. And you can probably guess where this is going. That was a 7 out of 10. We're then going up to kind of your notional 5k pace, or an 8 out of 10. We use 5k as the judgment of your aerobic threshold. Obviously a very different kind of approach to the cycling, where you look at your hour power. Now when it comes to running, I think it's a lot less scientific really. Coaches will often use 10k efforts, they'll use, marathon, half marathon. It doesn't really matter as long as how you break up the zones helps with pacing basically. So yeah, that's kind of what it comes down to. That's the way I think about running as well. It's breaking up into, I like to keep it simple. Am I upping at sub-marathon pace, marathon pace? It's directly applicable, the effort. That's the way I think about it. I find it just much more productive. And then you might have these pacings, but like I said at the beginning, it really doesn't matter. Because some days you're just not getting anywhere near them. And some days you have to be really disciplined to keep yourself within the pace range. So let's see how we go. So we're going straight out to 5k pace. Build into it. As I said earlier, you don't need to kind of sprint into it. Just build up slowly. Here we go. So we're really striding out now, really driving the knees, working very hard. Okay, relax as best you can. 1 minute's down already. Approaching 2 minutes down. It's 3 hard minutes to go. Stay strong. Halfway. You hear that? Hold it down. Last 2 minutes then, either. Coming into the last nice. Big final push. Here we go. Right, last 60. Yeah. Thirty. Last seconds. And relax. Woo. Oh man. Just settling into a walk. A couple of minutes. And then I'm just going to do 3 minutes of easy jogging. All of it just to help the heart rate come down steadily. flush out a little bit of lactate. And as you would have seen the prompts on the screen, make sure we'll follow up with a static stretch routine. I'm not going to go through that with you because the routine I want you to use is up in the members area. So 1 more minute, and then we're just going to slightly raise the effort up to a little trot. Set your heart rate just coming down a little bit slower. Not that I have my heart rate monitor. Seconds. Just gonna go up to sort of a 2 out of 10 effort. So just a really light jog, easier than the sort of effort on a long zone 2 run. Okay, so very much pull down effort. Just picking up pace slightly. Let's do just a cool down speed. It should feel very much like a 2 out of 10. Able to talk, have a conversation, have a natter. Mind can wander. It's another 2.5 minutes of easy running. But then I say, going straight to your set routine. Nice and easy then, guys. Releasing the pace slowly. You take it down a notch. Barely jogging now for the last 90 seconds. Seconds, then we're going to a little walk. Just slowing right down into a pretty steady walk. So when you're stretching, stretching after a run is, I would say, just absolutely a necessity. And when you're stretching, you want to work your way up the body. So start with the calves, back through the hamstrings, glutes, stretching out your hips, doing pigeon, etc. Then your quads and tibialis anterior, and stretching out your lower back, etc. Last 2 seconds, and then we are done. Mission complete. There you go, guys.